Hello, I'm Superintendent David Clayton and I work at the Victoria Police Academy where I manage the Protective Service Officer training. Victoria Police has a rich and diverse history, the foundations of which are built upon a solid culture of training and development. All of our Protective Service Officer recruits commence their employment at the Victoria Police Academy, where they undertake an intensive 12-week training course before being deployed to the Transit and Public Safety Command, where they undergo a further 3 months of close supervision and coaching. The academy, which sits on 18 hectares of land, was built in 1959 and was first used as a seminary. In the past 10 years, new buildings and additional classrooms have been built, along with a purpose-built scenario village, firearms training facilities and additional car parks. As a PSO recruit at the academy, you will undertake both theoretical and practical lessons. You will study the law and your powers of application, learn to communicate effectively, make sound decisions, and use practical methods to deal with the public in diverse situations. You'll be fully trained in the use of firearms and also undergo physical training. The PSO course runs from Monday to Friday, starting at 7 a.m. each morning and finishing at 4 p.m. As a PSO recruit, you'll be expected to be dedicated and disciplined in order to meet the requirements of this program. This means that you need to be fully committed to your learning and development, which may often require you to study after hours and on weekends. We also have recruits who opt to live in at the academy, which you will be given the opportunity to do. Many recruits choose to do this as it encourages team bonding and allows for them to form study groups. Most choose to go home at the weekends. There is a fortnightly cost involved with living in. Let me introduce you to PSO Peter Willits, who was one of our first recruits in 2012.
My name's Peter Willits and I started as a PSO in February 2012 and I chose to live in at the academy while doing my training. I lived in for 3 months while I was undertaking my training at the academy. I found this exceptionally beneficial to me. Everyone that was in the academy as well, living in, was there to study. It was a lot more conducive for that role. Everyone would spend time after hours in a study group and bounce ideas off each other, so it really set me up in a great position to perform well in my exams. While you're at the academy, you'll go through a full day of training, and within that day you could be studying anything from law in the morning, then go to communication skills or personal training in the afternoon. So it is quite a full-on course. You will be expected to do study outside of the day. From my experience, I was doing about an hour and a half every day after the class, and I found that sufficient to be able to help me pass. So you do need to keep in mind that it's not just your day and that's where it finishes. So it's like being back at school. So the Firearms Week is a week-long course. It's totally dedicated to firearms. It's an identical course to what police constables go through while they're at the academy as well. It's a quite intensive week. You'll do a lot of theory as well as a lot of practical, but it is a fun week. When you're inducted into the academy, you'll be inducted into a squad, which is essentially a group of people that you'll train with throughout your whole time there. The bond you'll set up with these people is you'll take on into your working life. You'll spend time outside of work with them and you'll create great friendships. So while you're living in at the academy, they provide you with meals 3 times a day, Monday to Friday. After hours, you have access to the gym, you have access to a 50-metre swimming pool, there's a running track. So you can use any of that while you live in. There's a chapel if you want to use a chapel for praying and so forth, or just time out. There's lounge out rooms with televisions available, and obviously a large meals and dining area. Last week is your basically a lead up to your graduation ceremony from the police academy. I found it a very proud moment walking out, marching in front of my friends and family, meeting the chief and receiving my badge. A great experience for me, and something I hold with me throughout my career. So although the 6 months training was quite strenuous and intensive, I definitely found it very beneficial, and the skills that I've learned in that 6 months are helping me in my day-to-day job now. So to anyone thinking about the role, I'd encourage them to book into an information session to find out more about the role as a PSO.
Good luck with your application to Victoria Police. We look forward to seeing your face here at the Police Academy.